Hi, in this video I'm going to compare the egg sitter cushion to an orthopedic spine alignment cushion. This is called a wedge cushion, and I'm going to quickly tell you what I have found. I own both of these and I've been using them for more than 6 months, and I can now give you my candid comments on these two cushions. Starting with the egg sitter. Now the egg sitter is simply a silicone honeycomb cushion, just like this. There's nothing else to it. It's almost like the cushion in the heel of some shoes. Now for your reference, the size is just under 43 centimeters wide and about 36 centimeters deep. The thickness of the cushion at the highest point is 35 millimeters. The thickness of the cushion at the lowest point is 20 millimeters. So overall, what do I think of this cushion? Well, I've been sitting on this and there are a few very good points about this cushion. Number one, it doesn't move much. Even when it's in the bag, it doesn't move much. Yes, if you get on and off your chair several times, you might find this shifts a bit like that. But if I compare it to the wedge cushion like this is much more difficult to keep in place. Now, just having a look at the wedge, I'll show you the side view. Now, this is made from high density foam, and the thickest part of this cushion is 65 millimeters, and the thinnest part is just under 30 millimeters. Now, the appeal of this is that your coccyx has actually got the space here. So your buttocks sit over here, and it's supposed to release the pressure off your coccyx. So you sit down like that, and your coccyx can depress further inwards here. Does it work? Yes, it does work. What are the problems with this thing? Well, this particular one has a very smooth material and it slides off the chair so easily. So you'll sit down and next thing it's like that, and then it's like that, and before you know it, you keep having to adjust it. So obviously you don't sit in the chair and stay stable for hours and hours and hours. You might lean to the side, you might lean to get something on the table, and you'll find that this keeps moving. Especially when you get up from your seat, you'll find that it might even move like that. And I'll demonstrate it for you quickly. So here is the wedge cushion. You put it down nicely. You'll find that at times, after you've got up a few times, it's like that. So every time you sit down, you've got to make sure it's back in place. The problem with this cushion, if it's like that, you can feel that it's out of place. And as you can see, this side is now higher than this side, and you can actually feel it under you that it is uneven. So this cushion is very sensitive to being in the wrong position. The problem is mostly with this fabric. You find that this fabric is too slippery. So the solution to that is to maybe put some Velcro. So if you put some Velcro on here and then it could stick down, that would solve the problem. This cushion is useful and it does work. My main problem is slippage. Now the egg sitter does not suffer from that same problem. If it's slightly out of alignment, like if it's like that, it's not going to bother you that much. So if you come to your chair and this has moved a little bit forward, it's still fine. If it's too far back, it's still fine. So I've noticed this is easier to use. You just put it on the chair. If it moves a bit, it's not such a big problem. Obviously, it does still move and you'll have to keep it in place. If you take it out of the bag, it moves less. But then it's a bit of an eyesore, the blue honeycomb on your chair. Now, I've been sitting on this for 6 months. Has this collapsed? The answer is no. This is very resilient. I am so used to sitting on this that I can't imagine not sitting on it. Which is more comfortable? They're both comfortable because of the movement and because it's very specific. I give it to the egg sitter. Although this is a very clever concept, I still prefer the egg sitter because this requires too much hand adjustments, and also I find that this compresses too easily. While this is high density foam, I just find that after I've been sitting on this for a long period of time, it's quite flattened. My weight is 95 kilograms. I'm just going to demonstrate a compression test. This is me sitting down. And you'll probably notice that the wedge, even though it's high density foam, almost completely compressed itself. Right here on the side might look like it's still got cushioning. More inwards, it's basically compressed. I actually felt the cushion almost completely compressed underneath me. The egg sitter definitely has more support, and also after sitting on the egg sitter for a long period of time, you'll notice that it still has the resilience. It's almost like you just sat down. Yes, it does compress a bit, but it does not collapse. I don't feel like I've fully compressed it. Personally, I prefer to sit on it in the reverse direction, and I find this is actually the most comfortable. Now, as you can see, I'm shifting on the chair and it doesn't really move much. I get up, I get up, I get off, I get up, I slide off. You can see it doesn't move much. Right, with the wedge, as you can see, now it has actually moved, because if you have a look at it, you'll see that it's out of alignment now. But that could be easily solved with some Velcro. Overall, I prefer the egg sitter and I'll continue to use it. Thanks for watching. Cheers.